What is this we're doing? What is this?
What do
It's
you
been
mean?
so long, I forgot how to do it.
I don't even know what we're doing down
What
here.
is it?
Welcome
back. What's it
I'm
called?
Rodney.
And I'm Abigail.
We love.
And we
Don't judge.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry it's been so long. Life has been crazy for us. Not crazy, but
No, we get busy.
It's summertime. I work at a golf course. He golfs 4 times a week, sometimes 5, like this week.
Not that often.
Yesterday was for a good cause, though. We finally had our Her Fight is Our Fight scramble, the outing for Tara. We were able to raise $3,500 in just cash donations alone. So that doesn't include the price of the golfing or some other donations that will still come in.
That'll come around, right?
Yeah, God is good. We were very blessed and humbled.
Right.
How the community came together to support her and love on her as we do. So that was fantastic.
Right.
So
we were helping out, and it was good.
Yeah, when we can be the hands and feet and use 2 fish and 5 loaves to feed 5,000, right? When we can multiply.
Look at you go.
I know. My best friend's mom made this shirt for me.
Nice.
Shout out to Maggie with her blog, The Infant Christian. I always say it wrong. I'll log it. Mm-hmm.
Infinite Christian's kind of nice.
Speaks. Yeah.
It's kind of nice, right?
Yeah, but her Infant Christian, it's about like becoming a new Christian or rededicating your life to Christ and how to get started. The born again portion. Yeah, not even just that, but how to get started in the Bible, things like that. So she sells T-shirts and jewelry, and everything that she sells goes to buy Bibles for people who don't have them.
Well, I think you like the Book of Romans. If somebody's starting, you like Romans, right? Yeah. Abigail likes Romans. I'll be honest with you. I am just grab something, dive in, and find something you like.
Bible roulette, that's my favorite.
Yeah, just open it up.
The other day.
Or just ask God, hey, God, where should I go? And then open up, start reading. Trust me, he knows a lot. He knew you were going to open up to those pages. So.
Yeah, the other day I did the Bible roulette where I just,
Yeah, I get
it in Job.
I get it.
I've started reading Job, and
it's not an easy book, by the way.
Well, so far I'm 3 in, so.
I'm just saying, right? It's just not easy.
Is that what they're called? Chapters? Like when it's like Job 1?
That's chapter 1, verse. Yeah.
Yeah, the verses are, okay.
It's right behind the semicolon. Or actually the colon.
Is it a colon?
Yeah.
Dot?
Dot's a colon. Semicolon's a dot. Look at that.
With a comma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if that's not right, I don't care. No, I do care.
Someone will correct us.
Somebody else say something.
There's a math.
Yeah.
What? Math. English major out there somewhere cringing right now. We've been doing How to Put Love First, 90-Day Challenge by Sadie Robertson Huff and Christian Huff. Tell you what. She has a podcast and she talks about moments in her life where it goes, whoa, that's good. There's a lot of whoa, that's good days.
Yeah.
So it's 90 days and we are on day...
Remember, this is the Duck Dynasty.
49. Yeah.
Daughter.
She's so sweet.
It's Willie's daughter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, and they have a daughter, Honey, and they talk about her a lot in this book and how
Sadie and Christian have a daughter, Honey.
Yes. Yeah.
There you
go.
So
technical.
No, it was a run-on, and so look at that English stuff. So, yeah.
Do I need a conjunction?
Yeah,
What's their function?
I'll be honest with you. That's as far as I got in English.
Okay. But anyway, the other day there was one, just yesterday, about how his anger and intensity came out, and his friend was honest with him and said, like, hey, or I think it was Sadie, was like, your anger and the way you respond to that was not okay. And I thought to myself, man, I am so grateful for people who can be so honest and real with me. Like if I'm throwing a fit or I'm having a bad day and Rod looks at me and says, hey, come on now, it's going to be okay. Like, yeah, he'll let me cry. But after a while, he's like, listen, is it really that bad? Or when a friend tells you, hey, I don't really want to do this, I'm being honest with you. I appreciate that more than being like, oh yeah, I'll be there, I'm going to do it. And then canceling last minute because you never had the intention to do something.
Yeah. I mean, the big honesty thing though, when they say, hey, can I be honest with you? It's not like they were lying to you before. They just want to kind of put the cross the T and dot the I when they say it.
Mm-hmm. And
I think that's what it is.
I appreciate that too. But I also think that it hurts more to find out that somebody lied to you than to just tell the truth. Like if there's a situation that you lied to me about because you thought it was going to hurt my feelings and then I find out about it, and I've done that to people too in the past, don't get me wrong, but now at 32 years old and I have God in my life.
32.
33.
Holy
Did I turn
cow.
33?
Yeah.
Aww.
All right, we're out of here. She's too old for me.
You're terrible. I forgot. I mean, like I knew I turned a new age, but I forgot it was 33 and not 32.
You're 33.
It's okay. God is good. One more year. I made it to Jesus' age.
That's right.
So squirrel.
Yeah.
Let's tally one for a squirrel moment.
Yep.
Yeah, honesty. I've done it in the past, but now with Jesus in my heart, and I realize it is just not worth it. I will not lie to someone intentionally just to like make myself look better, or yeah. And I'm doing it every day better, right? Like there's still some times where I might have to go back and be like, hey, I said this, but I meant this, and I'm sorry that I said it the way I did. I should have been more forward with you. It happens, right? We're human.
Well, I think it comes down, sometimes this telling the truth stuff is very important. But sometimes when you want to tell somebody the truth, make sure they're by themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because sometimes it's not good to just blurt it out. Hey, wait a minute. I mean, there's a tactful way to tell the truth, and there's an untactful way to tell the truth. And I think, I'd say kindness is probably one of those things you ought to look at when you're trying to tell the truth. Well, I lack that, as many of my friends will tell you. I lack that at times.
I mean,
kindness.
I don't think you lack kindness. I think sometimes the things that you say or do maybe come across harsh, but you don't mean it harsh.
Sometimes I do.
And then sometimes you're just ragging, and that's something that you have been.
By the way, that's a slang term for cutting it up or
making fun of someone. That's what
razzing.
Making fun of someone.
Ragging is an old baseball term.
Let's be 100% real. When you are ragging your friends, you are literally sitting there
I should probably not do that as much.
We are all human. It happens, right? I don't know why, because sometimes we feel like it's okay to just like make fun of somebody at the expense of like some laughs. But we think it's funny, but in the long run, it hurts them. I literally just had to apologize to a friend the other day. I was like, hey, you're juggling men like a 3-wing circus. And it's like, oh, that's not funny. Like, it was funny.
It was
at
truthful,
the time,
but it was hurtful.
Yeah, but it was like, to be funny, I said that. But like you said, do it in secret, not in front of a group of people.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
But I think sometimes humor is the best way we cope with things. So instead of like, here, I'm going to wrap it in a nice bow for you and tell you one-on-one, we make jokes about it. And that's not okay either. So, but honesty.
It depends on the group you're with sometimes, because, I'm with a group that they rag me. They razz me just as hard as I razz them.
That's like saying an eye for an eye. You know what that gets? A blind world.
Okay.
I think,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what happens.
We went from talking about honesty.
I was being honest. Well, sometimes it's honest.
Just being, what is it? They say the truth hurts. Yeah. Well, it's something that your daughter said one time about giving somebody garbage. Even if you put a bow on it, it's still garbage.
Right.
But like, if the truth is garbage, can't help it. We're just telling the truth, right? I mean,
I don't disagree with that,
but
it does.
Instead of saying a lie or the truth, you just keep it to yourself.
But if we're being Christians, if you go to 1 Corinthians 13 and look up what love is all about, right? It's kind. It doesn't boast. It doesn't dishonor others. And that's kind of where the ragging comes in. You kind of dishonor somebody, I guess.
Are we having an intervention for ragging right now?
No, we're not. We don't have enough people here for an intervention for my ragging.
It would be so funny if I'm like, hey, come on out.
Yeah, come on in. We're going to talk to Rod about ragging.
No, I would never judge you on that, because I've been there, done that too. I just told you, I made a joke about my friend.
I know.
Juggling hearts like a 3-ring circus. Don't know what song. Juggling hearts. It's a song.
Is it a song?
3-ring circus. It's Prince.
Okay.
Forever in my
there
life.
You go.
There comes a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, honesty. Rod has a couple scriptures. What scripture are
Well,
you starting with?
when we started
Clicking.
digging into this, the one I liked was, and I didn't even have it turned up here. I've got it marked. I like Colossians 3:9. If you look at Colossians 3:9, it says that do not lie to each other, since you have taken off the old self with its practices. So we have put on this new self. This we've been born again in Christ likeness, and so we should not lie to each other. We should be honest with each other. And then there's Second Corinthians 8:21, and then if you go to Proverbs, there's more than one in Proverbs, but the one in Proverbs, I mean, it was really simple. A truthful witness gives honest testimony, but a false witness tells lies. And that's pretty obvious, but once again, it's King Solomon here writing Proverbs, the wisest man, quote unquote, to ever walk the planet beside, well, uh, man of Adam's seed that walked the planet, because you can't include Christ there. But yeah, he was given wisdom. So
Okay, yeah, I do love that one too. It's very blunt and to the
it's
point.
just easy.
When you were saying something about truth, I there was the first one. It popped in my head. What's the one about like the armor? Isn't there something about putting on like of integrity?
Well, you've got and if you go to Ephesians
Ephesians.
6.
Yeah. Can we read that one?
We're testing me. Is that what we're doing?
No.
Seems like I'm being tested here.
I'm not testing you. I'm asking you to read it because I don't know it either.
It's the
armor of God.
The armor of God. Finally, we be strong in the Lord and his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God, so we can take our stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against rulers, against authorities, against powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. And I mean,
therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you be able to stand your ground after you have done everything to stand firm. Then the belt of truth. There it is.
I knew you'd get there, right?
On the belt, Hogan. The belt of truth.
Right. So we do have a belt of truth, buckled around our waist.
Yeah, it's right there in the armor of God. Like when you, I feel, when this is what I was thinking of too. When you die to your old self, you not only like are reborn, but you put on the armor of God. There's a lot of people who read this every morning, and I might start, but putting on the armor of God every morning, like, buckling your belt of truth, just right. And you can, if you want to do a little dance with it, do a little dance with it. There's probably one out there, but preparing yourself for the day. I was just telling Rodney, like when you tithe finances, you give the first fruits, right? You should also be tithing your day. There should be a part in your day where you're tithing time for God, setting aside time in your own personal time, whether it's prayer, journal, a scripture, a book, daily verses. There's got to be some kind of time where you just, that's your worship. You got to be authentic and true to worship. And you can't forget about preparing yourself for a day.
Well, it's all about, I was a pastor used to tell us that if they wanted to bring a case against you for being a Christian, what kind of evidence would there be for you being a Christian? And obviously, if they could go to your bank account and they could see that you were tithing and offering and that kind of thing. But what else? Do you have a Bible next to your bed? Do you have Bibles in your house? Do you have other books that even educate you further on certain particular things in there? So what kind of case could they bring against you to accuse you of being a Christian? And so that's what you're saying, basically. We should have other things that we're doing every day so that when they bring that case against us, we're guilty of being Christian.
Yeah. Well, and there's a song called Monday Morning Faith. I love that song, by the way. But it talks about, I want to be with you more than just Sundays. Meaning like, as lukewarm Christians, and we were this until we got baptized, and we only go to church on Sundays, and then the rest of the week we sin the whole week, like habitual sin, cussing,
we're hellions.
Drunkardness.
That's what we were.
Heathens.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I'm not judging anybody that's in that spot, but as somebody that was in that spot, and now I've died to self and I take up my cross on a daily basis, I can
Right.
tell you it is worth. It's like Romans 8:18 says, the suffering here cannot compare to the glory.
Right.
I think back to when I was selfishly living for myself and trying to control my own finances and my own everything and stressing and how am I going to figure this out? How am I going to do this? You just reminded me the other night when we were stressing about I was stressing about the tamales for the
And
wedding.
I was only stressing because she was stressing
11
me
o'clock
out.
at night. I'm like, did you call?
You gonna call? You gonna make this? You gonna do that? I'm like, yeah, I am.
And then I said, wait, can you call Monday? And he's like, Abigail, I'll call. And I was like, okay. But I mean, in a kind way, you obviously told me. You're like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm ready to go to bed. But I think sometimes God.
This is where her best work is, by the way, about 11 o'clock when I'm dozing. And by the way, she had already taken a nap, right? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you did. You were out for an hour.
He takes melatonin to help him sleep. So by that time, he's like one eye open, head nodding, trying not to fall asleep. Yeah. So
yes, ma'am.
Anyway, long story short, I think the biggest thing that I've realized as a born-again Christian, you have to trust God. You have to follow, the commandments, all of that. But in everything you do, putting God first and trusting in his timing, his plans to prosper us, his financial, whatever it is he gives us is from him. Literally, if you realize that without him, we would have nothing, life just goes so much smoother. I was talking with my mom and my stepmom today at brunch, and we were Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. We were talking about things. As the older I get, for my birthday, I no longer want things. I mean, I love things, right? Someone thinks about a heartfelt gift like my Sasquatch wind chime.
Oh, yeah.
From my dad.
Yeah.
Love that.
Your frogs? Your frogs on a swing?
Us in frog form, because my nickname's Toad and it says welcome. Betty picked that out. Tell you what, those are fantastic.
Frogs. That's
but awesome. At the end of the day, time is something that I value more now than I ever have before. I'm realizing that you can always have more things. You can always have bigger houses. You can always want for other things, but you can't get back time and memories and things that you can do for people. I would much rather have somebody spend an hour of their time with me than give me $100 any day. Happy birthday. I'm going to come hang out with you for an hour and show that I genuinely love you rather than here's $100 to spend on something you don't even really need.
Well, since we're being truthful, it depends on the person. I'll take the $100 sometimes.
I love your honesty. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I love your honesty. Yeah, we all have those people, right?
I have a plethora of different personalities to deal with as far as friends go.
Oh, I was like,
not me.
I was gonna say
Abigail.
Well, there's Leroy. There's
what about you there, Chris? Come on.
I mean, I do have some. I'm a Wisconsin mom these days. Yeah. I don't know why it just comes out. We went to Nashville, and normally when we're in Nashville, I get a Southern accent. But this time, me and my best friend Ashley were like, "Oh, what is that?" I don't know why, but it just came out.
It just does.
It's a big.
Well, it's because you went to Buc-ee's.
But Buc-ee's has nothing to do with Wisconsin.
Yeah, but you just went to Buc-ee's. Yeah.
It's like a Walmart.
No, it's not like
in a gas station mix.
I don't know what it. Listen, the only
they have their own.
It's cool
barbecue station in the middle where they round up. Yeah, every time they make a new breakfast or a new barbecue sandwich, they have like 7 different options, and then you go over and you got the Bucky Beaver chips, when those are literally like homemade potato chips that someone's like cranking out in the back.
One of my buddies has got a bag of generic chips.
Already.
He's got a bag, and I go, what do you got there? He goes, I got me a bag of chips. I go, and I showed him those homemade chips.
A bucket
of chips. He looked at me and goes, where'd you get that? I go, right over there. He just threw the bag down.
And then there's like a burrito that probably weighs a pound.
Yeah.
And it's reasonably
as big as
priced.
Your head.
And then they've got like beaver nuts, We are squirreling so hard. We're talking about Buc-ee's
Well, I'm
like they
sorry.
sponsored this video. This video is sponsored by
By
Buc-ee's,
Buc-ee's.
but it's
It's
not.
not.
Shout out to Buc-ee's.
I will say this though, I can imagine why the one gas station wasn't getting any business because
the gas was
they
cheaper.
were like 40 cents more a gallon than
But
Buc-ee's.
I will tell you this: there was an absolute parade to get into Buc-ee's on Sunday. But everybody was going home. There was a Metallica concert, the Theo Von that we went for. It was so busy in Nashville. Yeah. But I will tell you this. Yeah, if you are going to Buc-ee's, be prepared because
you could be there for a while.
Yeah, there's so much to look at, but it's a cool place. I wonder if
it's not. It's you know what it is. It's halftime at a NFL football game in a place. That's what it is. It's that busy.
But the cool thing was like the Buc-ee merch, like the Buc-ee shorts, bathing suits, they're reasonably priced. So if you're on vacation and
if you want to go to a convenience store to get a bathing suit, there it is.
If you like bend down and have an accident before like a big long road trip,
right? Because
that happens.
It does happen.
You can go get a new pair of shorts.
Yeah, if you want them, or you could just haul the other ones around in your bag with you. That's truth.
It's fine. Why they didn't stay in Indiana?
We're calling out somebody right now that's been
It's fine. Why didn't they stay in the garage? Why did they get packed back in the bag?
Don't want to forget those. Oh,
good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck shorts.
They were good luck shorts.
But yeah, truth. Be truthful in all that you do.
Well, we have been truthful so far on this one.
I just realized my ring is upside down.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So the 90-Day Love Challenge has been a good book.
Yes.
It's got some good stuff in it.
Really good.
And it's nice because you get Sadie's perspective and then you get Christian's perspective. And, honestly, we've never met these people before in our lives, but you feel like you get to know them after you start reading their book a little bit.
And the nice thing about them too is they're very honest and truthful. Like they will say, even if it makes them look like a bad person, which there's
I don't know if it's bad. It's
I did the air quotes.
How about
you
human?
Didn't see it. Yeah.
That's only one. What about the other side? Rabbit ears.
I was just thinking,
yeah, there it is.
But they are raw and honest. And yesterday he talked about his anger and how sometimes he gets way too angry about things, and it's just humbling to realize
that particular thing was more competitive angle, right?
Angle.
Competitive anger is what
it was, but like anger.
Men have that problem, Some women do too, but I think men have this competitive, and I think Sadie's competitive
like
too.
Yesterday when you guys had the side bets of who would win. Like Ron told me one time he doesn't like to play golf unless there's some kind of money on the line, whether it's a quarter putt, $1 putt, or like $100 a hole.
Well,
he's not playing.
It makes it funner.
More fun.
Yeah, funner.
More fun.
Funner.
One more time. More fun.
Okay.
Anyway, so honesty. It's important. That generator is still going. Why is the power out?
Oh. Well, you think they wanted to hear all that? By the way, the electricity is off. I think the electricity is on because
the generator would not be going.
Yeah, but I don't think we'd be. I'm
looking at you in the. Here's to you, kid.
Silence. Hey, silence on the podcast.
We should do guess that tune sometime. Me and you. That's something we should do.
Listen, you're a big music buff. I am not. I can't tell you.
Is it something you might lose at?
Oh, if you're gonna.
Okay. We still have a little bit.
You know what? Then we should have. Listen.
Now.
No. Then we should have. Then we should go. So then we should go ahead and have an algebra contest. How about that? Okay.
Why whatever do you mean?
Maybe poker's just not your game.
Perhaps we should have a
spelling contest, which I'm out.
Name that movie.
That's Tombstone, right? Mm-hmm. I thought you're doing some kind of song thing that you can
told
win.
Me now. Okay, how about this? Name this tune just by humming it.
I don't know. Here we are again. Surprised she's not saying the words because she knows I don't listen to the words. All I listen to is
Benny and the Jets.
There it is.
You couldn't guess that at all?
Listen, nobody out there had an idea what that was.
I hope someone puts in the comments.
They're not going
to put in the comments.
No.
Okay, you do it. Hum a song that you
I'm not going to hum a song.
Come on.
No.
Whistle it then.
Whistle. What's that? Donkey.
Seriously, you should just do one.
Hey, I'm being truthful here. I don't want to do a hum.
Why? Because you know I'll get it right.
No, I don't think you will get it right.
So
I'll just go back to an old John Wayne movie. It's got a song in it. You'll never get those.
Try me with something besides John Wayne.
The reason I say that because I watched McClintock today.
McClintock?
Yeah. And then I watched something else.
Sounding big enough for the ball.
Wow. You're quick drawing with fingers. Look at you go. Nice. So, we've obviously run out of the truth stuff, so we're just rambling now.
No. We squirreled. You don't want to admit that I can probably guess the song that you hum, so you're not humming anything.
I don't want to do a hum, baby. I really don't. Sorry.
Humdinger.
Humdinger.
That one was. What does that even mean when someone says that was a humdinger? It's baseball usually.
Well, I mean,
ding and then hum. It goes ding and then it hums in the air.
I'm gonna go no.
Because
I've never known it. No, I don't. But I don't think it's a baseball reference.
What about this one?
That is just yeah. I know.
Nothing.
I got it. I just
what is that?
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star,
Hey!
Which is just
you said you couldn't do it.
Childish. Sorry.
What childish? It's a song that everybody knows. My bad.
Well, I don't think they got Benny and the Jets though.
I bet you they did. I bet you somebody got it.
All right. Let's get back to the truth. Can we get back to the truth?
That you don't know songs?
I don't know songs. I don't know songs. Listen,
but
let's make it official out there.
If I knew, like, if I could be like, ba, 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 you'd be like, yep, know it, because you listen to the beats.
No, here's the thing, though.
Beats.
I may know what the song is. Don't know the title. Sometimes don't even know the artist. And that's just the way it is, because it's just about that.
2 minutes and 30 seconds.
And counting.
Go back to the truth.
So we're just saying, hey, we should be truthful. Sometimes it's very difficult to be truthful, though. It is.
I was gonna
especially
ask
if it's going to hurt somebody's feelings or if it's going to.
What if they ask you and you don't want to hurt their feelings? Do you just say, I plead the fifth? Or do you say, let me think about it and I'll come back to you on that?
Maybe. Sometimes omission is, just kind of avoiding the whole situation.
Well, I have to tell you.
Isn't a lie. It's just, just staying out of it.
I love so much, like today, truth. Speaking of truth, we have a good example. I said, honey, why don't you really like these sandals? Because he said, they're not my favorite. And I was like, why? And he goes, you want to know the truth? And I said, yeah. And he said, your big toe sticks over the front. And then I looked down and I was like, huh, it is. Like a millimeter.
And then she could millimeter. Holy cow. I mean, your nail was almost grinding off every time you walked there.
Hey, at least you don't have to take me to the groomer to get them clipped.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
didn't have to get them clipped. They were ground down by the asphalt.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it was just funny because I looked down and I go, okay, well, I now see that. And I love those sandals, right? They look cute, but because I know that now, I'm like, I think they're a size too small. I think I got them at like a garage sale and I was like, I'll make them work. They fit, but I didn't realize my toe was hanging over. Hey, at least I have all my toes.
Well, we're not going to talk about that. That's mean. That's the hurtful truth. That's the one we should avoid.
No, that's not hurtful. I'm just saying there's some people that
don't have their toes because we know somebody doesn't.
No, but also what I was going to say, that doesn't matter. Those no toes are fine. But, okay, 30 seconds. We're not going to talk about it. We love you. We don't judge you.
Have a good day.
Happy Sunday. By the way, I think
Happy
we're going to
Mother's
do
Day.
this every other week. So we'll get back to
We'll
you.
get back to you.
Okay, love you.